Well, like I said, we could jump right into it. That's cool with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, again, for the great minds of non-talm bout, this is Write a Verse with you. I am Rhyme Book. And today I'm putting together 16 bars with the homie Empuls. That sound like a plan?
Sounds good to me. You're
All right. All right. Who is your favorite artist that you know?
that I know. Oh
Yeah,
man.
person.
I got two. Can I do two?
Of course.
So producer would be my man Chrome. Krohme.
Okay.
And then for artist, it'd be Kenilworth Katrina.
Okay. Okay. Where's she from? Where's she from?
So Chrome is from VA. He lived right down the road from us, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kenilworth Katrina's from Kenilworth. You know what I'm saying? But she recently relocated out to Cali, and she's out there taking the world by storm,
Okay.
one city at a time, one city at a time.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's a
All
dope
right.
question. That's a dope
Yeah.
question. Everyone always asks you your favorite, but not your favorite that you actually like. Like they're in my phone. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I FaceTime them and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Next bar. What's the craziest cipher that you've been in?
Um, me, Killer Priest,
Mm.
Sonny Caesar from Onyx,
Mm.
and a dude named Stephen King from New York.
A word.
Yeah, they all came down here, and it was back in like 2007.
Uh-huh.
I still had dreadlocks and everything, and it was back when you just kept going till you couldn't remember any more verses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Sonny Caesar was doing his verse from Onyx in our basement at the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like we're doing ad libs and shit. Killer Priest did a, I judge wisely. Like
Mm.
two pillars of ivory. So like
Yeah. Yeah.
watching him do that live over a different beat was nuts.
Okay. Okay.
And
I
then of
like that.
course I had at the time I had more bars than everybody, and I was like super hungry, so I like kept going and kept going and kept going.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it lasted for hours, hours.
Well, I can bet with them type of that caliber of artists, man. I can bet that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Random question. What's a song that you wish you were featured on? Wish you had a verse on it.
Oh man, it's it's in the. I'm not even old enough to have been on this one,
Okay.
but the symphony, the
Wow.
Juice Crew did.
That's okay. I like that answer. I definitely like that. Okay.
For like
Um.
a more current song. For a more current song, I wish
Mhm.
Travis Scott had me on the Goosebumps joint.
Oh, word, word. Okay. I like that one. I like
Like
that one. Yeah.
just me and Kendrick, just me and Kendrick with Travis Scott doing the chorus.
That's fire. That's a
Yeah,
fire
yeah, yeah.
remix right there. I like that better. Next bar. Your best and worst show. You got a good amount of shows under your belt, correct?
Yeah, yeah. My best show would probably be the joint I did Union Stage a couple of years ago because I like really let it out, and I met Chuck D's program director, and like I impressed him like nonchalant and like all these other people. So that's probably my best show. My worst show, I would say, is the first one I did after COVID because I hadn't practiced.
Mm,
So I got up there and then was like to go through the motions, and they just weren't there.
mm,
So I just kind of redid the same verse like three times, just no one noticed because they were drunk. But yeah, I remember watching the footage and being like, "This was horrible, horrible,"
mm.
and it was like this year. So that was probably my worst show.
Okay, okay. Who or what made you want to do music? Well, I'm not gonna say do music, but wanted to do it on a different level. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people they can rap, but
LL
to the
Cool
point where
J.
you want to the point where you want to actually be heard by others. You know what I mean? Actually push your music out there.
LL Cool J.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay, good old
that's
James
easy,
Todd.
man. LL Cool J. It was I think it was the Walk Like a Panther record or Bigger and Deffer, one of those two.
Okay, okay. I like that.
I
I like
definitely
that.
I was like, especially when I learned how young he was at the time,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, this dude could beat my dad up. You know what I'm saying? Like he's 15, 16 years old, looking like Mike Tyson and shit. And like, I remember when he said, "I take a muscle-bound man and put his face in the sand." You know what I mean? Like, I'm bad was kind of my joint, man. Like, forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies. You know what I mean? Like, I was like it was ferocious without any. It was ferocious and bragg. It's like, to me, it's like the perfect braggadocious song. Because like it talks about how he never talks about shooting you once.
True.
He talks about whooping your ass over and over again, though. I
That's
like I
manly.
like physical threats.
Yeah, that's
Like, cause
manly as fuck,
it's,
yo.
yeah, and it's way more personal. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, at the risk of making a funny reference, like I can hit you with like
Hit you
across
with the
the
blick.
town with this thing.
Yeah,
This thing, I can hit you across the street, right?
yeah.
But these things, I got to get right in front of you. I can only hit you as far as this arm will extend, and like as far as I can pop my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
depending upon my technique, I can only hit you from here. Like, I can hit you. You know what I'm saying? I got a decent wingspan, and the exercises I do, I expanded my shoulders. So like I know I can hit you from like 3 or 4 inches like further than you think. So when
Okay.
you get closer, that's more extension. So like to me, threatening to whoop somebody's ass always gets you a lot further than threatening to shoot them.
I got
You
you.
know what I
I
mean?
got you. I like
So
that.
he's talking about beating people up over and over and over again for like the first 3 albums. You know what I mean? Like, but I'll take a muscle bound man and put his face in the sand. I was like, I don't know why. That just to me is it's a perfect line, bro.
That's true. That's
You
true.
can still I would still say that. You know?
To this day, yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's your creative process? Do you have a routine that you go through when it's time to create music, or put the pen to the pad? Like,
Yeah. I'm actually about to hop back into it. Usually what I do is I like to when I'm writing, I just like to keep writing. So I'll kind of stack beats up. I'll have features like set up. I'll link it with a producer like me and Chrome. He'll send me a bunch of beats. I'll pick a bunch for a project, and then I'll just write down like I haven't written in like a month and a half, 2 months. So I'll write down all these little random ideas. I got dry erase boards everywhere. Like it's a whole office. And then I'll go lock myself in, and then all right, now I got to write something. Now I got to do, you know what I mean? And no matter what mood I'm in, I'll have something I can write to. And if I keep it, I keep it. If I don't, I don't. But I just create as much as possible and then listen to it when I'm in a different mood. And if it still rocks, we're good. Like
okay.
when you're depressed or you're excited or whatever on extreme mood, you'll say some shit that you don't mean. So when I come back to a level space, I'm like, do I still feel that strongly? Yes. All right then.
I like
That's
that.
that's how I do it.
That's fire
But
as
like I
fuck.
be thinking extreme shit. You know what I mean? I be thinking and saying extreme things. So I got to be careful sometimes. I fuck around and say something I really don't mean just because I was mad one day.
I like that. I like that. It's like not proofreading, but kind of proofreading with a more level mind.
Yeah,
That's kind of
exactly.
fire, yo.
And I was gonna say, and more so, yeah, proofreading would be perfect because like it's not even so much editing the words; it's like making sure the vibe was right. So yeah, proofreading would be perfect. Just like if someone writes a whole book, you don't edit per page.
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally will go back and have someone read the whole book and be like, "Hey man, this shit's great, but you left out the like 1,000 times. The mood shifted here. Like you had me up until page 150, page 150 to page 400, you did this something totally different, and then you know what I mean? Like that's. But see, I get paid to quality control other people's projects too.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
So like, say you record a whole album, you'll send it to me and tell me what song you're trying to get done with each song, like what the overall aesthetic you're going for. And that's when I get to sit back and with my notes and go, hey man, this shit's great, but this one song doesn't fit. You got 14 songs about busting guns, and then you got a song about your kids. You might want to either do more songs about your kids or take that one off and do a whole project. You know what I'm saying? It's jarring. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's how I look at it, man. Like it's all connected. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Just because
All
I'm
right.
manic, man. I'm manic. So
All right. Personal. Your infatuation with guns. What gun represents your style? Your style of rap?
my bad. I think you asked me what gun represents me.
Yeah, it represents your style of music, your style of
All
rap.
right. Yeah, I'll be right back. You still there?
I ain't going nowhere.
All right, an AR pistol. That's what best represents my style.
Okay. Okay.
This one is this one it's got all the modifications on it to make it legal, but it's still extremely dangerous.
Okay.
It's got a little sight on it, just enough of a sight on it, just enough optics to see far enough away to hit his target, and it still counts as a pistol, even though it's like it's smaller than that rifle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's surprisingly strong for its size.
Okay. Okay.
And this one shoots 223 and 5.56, so you have more than one caliber of style to worry about.
Okay. Okay.
And if I put a different stock on it, it can be treated like a rifle,
Mm-hmm.
or I can shoot it like a pistol with one hand. So
So it could
regardless,
be.
it's always ready to fire. And then once I drop this strap on it
Mm.
as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I've got a holster for it, so I can like. But yeah, I would say that this exact firearm represents my style.
That's dope.
Like I said, way more dangerous than you'd expect, and it sounds just as scary as it is. So there
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
And
All right.
I switched, so I added
Like,
this grip. I added that, and then I switched the charging handle to an Omni, so I can shoot it with either hand because I'm ambidextrous. So I can register around with this hand, or switch and register around with that hand.
okay. Okay.
So yeah,
All
it's like I said, it's always dangerous no matter what hand or what condition, just like me.
right. That's beautiful. I like that. What's your favorite song to perform?
I got a song called "Never Have Enough Guns," and I've only done it like a couple of times, but it's probably my favorite song to perform.
Okay. Is
It's,
that kind of
it's actually
recent or
about like gun. It's about like responsible gun ownership and like the reason and reasonings for having guns, not just, but like it's not like Onyx throw your guns in the air, which is like an ode to illegal gun discharge.
okay.
This is why do we have them? Why do we train? Like I just had everybody got here like 10. A couple more people trailed in, but everybody just left at 3. That's why I wasn't available. But I must have let off like 1,000 rounds today.
Mm.
I trained on all my shotguns, everything, keeping everything fit, fit as a fiddle, field cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, to me, it's way more than just busting guns and having guns, So that's what that song's all about,
Okay. What project is that on? Is that song on? How
It's on a
recent is that?
project I just released called Astronaut Visions
Okay.
on
Okay.
Man Bites Dog on the label I'm on.
Okay. Okay. That's all. I like that. I like that. How many names have you been through?
How many names?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. If I go back to like middle school, I can't remember. I had like 2 or 3 goofy ass names. I'll give you this one. No one's ever asked me this question, so I'll give you this. When I started writing when I was like 11, like 10 or 9, 9, 10, 11. And the first name that I ever had when I rapped out loud, I was like 11, 12 years old. I went by Sweet Pea
Sweet Pea.
because my grandmother called me Sweet Pea.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's so
I'll never
funny
forget.
how many of us run around with names that our grandma gave us, yo.
Yo, yeah, man. I was calling myself Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea. Can you imagine now? Like, oh my God, man. Like, I come
Shit.
out holding guns in the video. It's like, it's your boy, Sweet Pea. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, dudes would do the pause shit, would be pausing my name. Like, it'd be a whole thing, man. I'd have to be like the baby and like knock somebody out every time I left the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your boy Sweet Pea representing the mean country roads of Loudoun County.
Oh man.
Get your stick. You know what I mean? Get down or lay down. Like no, yeah, Sweet Pea. And then I was Sepher, which stood for something stupid.
You don't even remember the
Yeah,
acronym.
I do, but I don't even feel like embarrassing myself saying it, man. Like it was too much. Because it was just me trying to sound smart. You
Of
know what I mean?
course. Yeah. Yeah.
But I've been Impulse since 2000.
Okay. Okay.
And I literally just riding in a car one day, closed my eyes, I saw it written in graffiti and was like, that's my new rap name.
Fire.
And mind you, I was riding around with people that don't even make music. We were hitting licks.
Mhm.
We're riding around hitting licks, and I just turned to everybody. I'm like, "Yo, this is my new rap name." They don't even know what I'm talking about. We're doing like synthetic drugs and shit, and like just riding around like stealing. I think we went to go steal a gun to go commit a crime with that in a stolen car. Like it was
So
one of those
funny.
kind of days. I'm just like, "Yo, my name's Empuls," and they're like, "What the whatever, bro? Like, stop talking." Like we weren't like that. I was like, they're like, "Should we use that name in the commission of this felony?" I was like, "Yeah, my name Impulse." So that was like 2000. Yeah, 99 going into 2000. And
Okay.
I'm 41, man. So like I said, I was 18, going in my 19th year out here, just trying to go to jail, like begging to get locked up, like just walking around all day like this.
Somebody.
Just get me out of here, yo. Y'all was looking for me. You know, I don't know. Hey, I don't know who I was with, but y'all was looking for me. You know what I mean? 'Cause I gotta keep my mouth shut. It's not snitching if I turn myself in. Like I don't know the rest of these dudes. Just lock
Yeah,
me up.
I
But
hear
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, that was yeah. I had all the stupid ass rap names, man. But like yeah, Sweet Pea is the most important one though. Sweet Pea. Rest in peace to my grandmother. But yeah, Sweet Pea, Margaret's
Okay.
grandson.
Okay. Next bar. What object represents hip hop the most to you? Like a Kango, shell toes, a microphone, stage, a pen and a pad. Like what object represents hip hop to you?
A pickaxe.
Was that
A pickaxe.
a pickaxe?
You know, like
Okay.
so it's got a blade on one side and a digger
Yeah.
on the other.
Elaborate though.
Uh, because with a pickaxe you can dig a trench, you can chop a tree down. You know what I mean? Like, you hit it the right way. You can use it as you can use the blunting as a hammer. And the way I look at it, it's like it's good. It's used for mining. You can, but like when you're digging, when you're mining, you can use
Mm-hmm.
it to dig the mine, and then also build the support. You know, and like hammer the nails in for the support. So that a pickaxe is like the only tool you really need. Like a pickaxe is like a perfect tool. So to me, that would be hip hop. Is taking something, making something from nothing, or taking everything and creating something different with it, or just digging underneath of it all. You can use a pickaxe to like demolish a house, defend yourself if
Mm-hmm.
you're a fucking psychopath. But no, I'd say pickaxe, which I know has nothing to do with the images of hip hop. But to
Mm-hmm.
me, none of those things mean anything. The spray paint can, all that
Mm-hmm.
shit, because it all didn't come together like that in the first place. I think we all know this at this point, but that's all. That was all marketing combination for movies and shit.
Okay.
Graffiti's been around since cave paintings. Original DJing comes from the Jamaican toast parties. MCing, people been rhyming in rhythm since like ragtime day. Like it's all an amalgam that someone called hip hop in the 70s. So in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, like I said, it a mining tool, you know, like a conveyor belt, like a pickaxe and a conveyor belt. That
Okay.
would be hip hop to me.
Yeah,
Proper
definitely.
done properly, you're digging jewels.
Yeah, but definitely
Yeah,
that goddamn conveyor belt you threw at the end. Definitely that though. Goddamn.
yeah, man.
All right. Instead of asking you when did you know you made it, I asked what is something you didn't think you would end up doing when you first started doing music, like maybe a tour or just completing an entire project or linking up with somebody in particular. Like when you first started putting that pen to that paper, wanting to do music, what is something you never thought you would accomplish that you've done?
Yeah, it was actually cause I wouldn't say I'll call it an accomplishment. We linked up with Killer Priest in like 2005, 2006.
Mm-hmm.
And the label I was on, we paid him to get on a song with me. I hadn't even done my verse yet. And he got on the song, and then you got on the song for free.
Mm-hmm.
And then later when they heard my verse, you got decided that he wanted publishing rights to the song because which in my opinion, he heard it as there's money in there. And the Killer Priest tried to buy the song from me to put on his album.
Mm.
And I'd only been with the label for like a year and a half. I'd only been taking people's opinion for like 2 years at that point. I've been doing it for 15 years, but I've only been caring what people thought for like a few months.
Okay.
And then I had people I grew up listening to arguing over how a song was going to play out. And I was like, all right, then, and there's been a bunch more since then. But like, you have your little affirmation moments every
Yeah.
couple of months, like every
Yeah.
5-6 months, you're like, I did not see that coming, like
That's all
having a PayPal card and being able to put a record out and then go take my daughter out to eat
off
off of
that.
passive income. That's pretty substantial.
Yeah,
So
that's fire. That's one of the best answers that I had so far. Next bar. Pen and a pad, a phone, or in your head. How do you write rhymes? How do you keep your rhymes?
pen and pad.
Old school with it?
Yeah, got to.
Okay.
That way I got that physical connection. You know what I mean? There's a tactile connection. Typing words and never meant anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like people because you could type 100 words a minute, but you can't write like 100 legible words in 1 minute. You just can't do it, right?
Yeah.
So that means to me, if you can do it that fast, then the words meant less coming out or going in. Like a speed reader, like most speed readers don't have any emotion with the word or the words they read. It's a skill they have to consume it fast.
No
when you eat a lot of fast food, do you eat it for the flavor, or do you eat it because the calories? Yeah. It's the convenience and the calories. If you're actually trying to go have a good meal, you go sit down somewhere. It takes longer to create. You eat it slower. You know what I mean? So
I like that.
That's my opinion on that.
I like that. I like that. Your first time riding home and listening to yourself, like going to the studio, getting the CD from the engineer, putting it in the deck, and ride home. That feeling. Can you explain that to me?
I literally just got like the tingle feeling over my body, man. Like, because recording for so long, I would hear myself and like playback, and it was the first time I recorded on Pro Tools. It's 2003, like summer 2003, and I remember recording and being able to like, I made a mistake, and instead of having to rewind tape or anything, they were like, "All right, go again."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What?" I was ready to go to the bathroom and come back. Like, no, go again. And I remember hearing myself be like, "Yo, that's what I sound like." And then bumping the CD on the ride home, I hated my voice. Like I didn't, because it was so clear. It was genuinely what I sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so used to like having to overexert myself. I never liked my voice. So like this, so it's funny. I'll lean in. This is my actual tone. This is actually what I sound like when I talk.
Mm-hmm.
But I get all excited and it sounds like this. This is what I'm used to because I'm fucking manic. Again, like this is how I express myself.
Okay.
But when I'm calm and I just sit and talk, it's totally different. I didn't know that until I heard myself out loud. I didn't realize I had any bass in my voice at all. I just thought it was all treble. Yeah. So like unbeknownst to me, I've got I'm a fucking baritone. I had no idea. So you know what I mean? So that it was literally like it was like eye opening. It was probably like the first time somebody like caveman saw his reflection.
Wow. Okay.
Like, that's what I look like. Holy fuck.
That's a perfect.
You realize you are something. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not just the idea that like you exist, and it's like when you get that image of yourself. Like that's why I'm doing these. I hardly ever stare at the camera because then I feel weird staring at myself. I look away a lot. You know what I mean? It's like it just feels weird. Okay. But that's what it was like hearing myself talk. Even now, I know I'm projecting and I'm loud and whatever else because I don't know how I sound to you.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I have the earbuds in, that's when I'm like,
oh wow, but you hear yourself again.
Yeah, it's a lower, slower pitch. So yeah, it still kind of fucks me up sometimes, honestly. It still kind of throws me off. Like, say, damn, you can hear the 30 years of smoking. And like I take care of my body and all that, but I've smoked a lot of different things, you know what I mean? A lot. And I can hear like when I went, but even when the way I write, it'll change. It's like my lung capacity has gotten greater. over the course of years. So like the way I write was different. The way I would record is different. Yeah, the first time hearing yourself is it's a dramatic. It's like the first time you see yourself on stage. You're like, yo, I do that with my hands. That's fucking goofy. I didn't know that. You adapt and overcome, or you fucking,
That's definitely the first thing you notice when you see yourself on stage.
Yeah, you're like,
You
yo,
doing that offhand.
You're like, wait, I do the thing, a hand thing. I do the shoulder thing. Your eyes all big and shit. You're like, yo, you can almost, and like, you'll make a mistake and you'll think on stage you put it off, but then you watch the camera back and you're like, that 2 seconds out loud where I didn't say shit, my eyes got all big. I looked down at the mic, I scratched my head. It's like I told it's like it was super like when my battles in my head in my battles, I'm playing it off. But then when you watch back, it's like this motherfucker obviously forgot what he was saying. And then I'll start freestyling. It's like, yo, and I'm like stammering, kind of barely making it through. There's no punchline. Yeah, but in my mind, I'm like, I killed it. Yeah. Tore that joint up, man. It's like, and then to watch it back, and I'm like, this is embarrassing. Like, what the fuck? Like, man, I fucking should have just said, I should have just called I should have just jerseyed out of that one. Why did I freestyle for a minute and a half just stammering? Like, straight stammering. Looking like newborn up there, somebody, man. Trying to send me to where Rich Dollars is at,
So let's get back to this verse.
But yeah, man.
Yeah,
these are fun questions, bro. These are fun questions, man. I can't front.
Yeah, I like this. I like talking to other artists and see how they come up with stuff. You know what I mean? That's really what it is, man. Like a lot. Next bar. I know if you've been around me enough, you hear me complain about how whack music is. Who do you think more the blame is on, the artist or the fan?
As far as the industry,
of course the industry, because
I've resolved myself to real, like, as a student of history, the industry's always been trash. In every genre. And I'll say it because it's based off the lowest common denominator. All right. So if you've got 1,000 people in a room and 999 of them I use the same analogy all the time. 999 of them can do calculus in their brain, but one guy has to count on his fingers. In order to do a mathematical problem that everybody can learn, you got to go. So everyone's dumbing down just to communicate with this one person. That's called mob rule. A group of people are stupid. Individual persons are smart. So if you got a machine promoting and paying for and owning the labels and doing all that, if you only hear 12 different songs, and your mind literally will think that's all exists, and then Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber trade number ones for a whole year, and then that becomes a statistic. And then when they put the next album out, they have placements. See what I'm saying? Like, you have people literally have no choice unless they stop what they're doing and go listen and search for music. You're stuck with whatever these guys in charge play for you.
So that's the fan.
So no, but the fan, again, they don't even know. It's like, all right, say cars. Say you live somewhere isolated where you got one car dealership and you don't own a car. You have to walk there to go buy the car. You only have that selection. As far as you're concerned, there's only 7 different cars in the world. Once you discover more vehicles, get more money, then you can do whatever. But the average fan, like, just say, starts off as just they're listening to whatever is around them, whatever's given to them. You're gonna eat what's given. You're in the hood, and the bodega is the only place to buy groceries. You're stuck. Your nutrition level is only based upon what they're willing to sell. And you don't know any different. I met kids that never left their borough before until I like you know what I'm saying? Like, anything they can't walk or take a fucking dollar cab or a train to doesn't exist. So do you blame them for having poor nutrition? No, that's by design. Like, the hood looks the way it does by design. You can't even blame the people that are there. Because say one guy does get it. If there's 1,000 other people on the street that don't give a fuck, again, mob rule, he's stuck. I say all that because I live out in the country. Pretty, like, to other people, this would be the country. I've lived in way more isolated places than this, and I grew up around guns, surrounded by guns. Like, that was part of growing up. They call me Cucamonga the Cracker Killer. Like, I expect the Ku Klux Klan to pull up at any time because I was raised by people that dealt with them. So that's why I got hammers. That's why I train and practice. Be quiet. It's not my dog. Let me close the door.
Right,
I look like I'm abusing this fucking dog. But so to me, like I said, if people only have they have a limited pool to choose from, you can't blame them for going to that. And the machine is a machine. I don't like to look at it as just the industry. Because like I said, every industry is run like that. Every industry is people trying to make the most money by spending the least amount of money and getting to the biggest audience. Google does the same thing. Walmart does the same thing. Amazon does the same thing. So to me, I don't think it's past the point of who do we blame, because applying blame means you can fix it or you want to do something different. I don't even think about what's going on anymore. Like, I blame the artists that aren't in the game and aren't in the system for just not out creating the machine. Mm. If you overgrow the government, you don't have to buy weed from them. Everybody's worried about overthrowing stuff or taking stuff over. It's like it's so much easier to get on the inside and upset the setup. Mm. People want to create a new party. Why not just get inside of one of the ones that exists and take it over? Like, that's my opinion. So I've been able to I could probably make more money and do more if I was willing to give up certain comforts, but I'm not. So I think, like I said, it's just human nature to want something quick and then satisfying real fast, and then 20 minutes later you want something else. I think that all industries are just true to human nature. That's my personal opinion.
That's a great.
It's probably like way deeper than most people give an explanation, but
no, that's perfect. That's why I hit you up to write this verse, bro. All right, next one. What is your favorite hip hop album?
Don't smoke, kids. This is you're watching a 32-year habit because I thought it was cool to smoke cigarettes because all the older stupid people did it. Again, what I was exposed to became a habit. And if you show me a man's habits, I'll tell you a man's future. This shit's gonna kill me. Do not smoke cigarettes. Sorry, I had to do that.
I mean, that's something that all cigarette smokers will tell you too. So.
Yeah, as I look like I'm enjoying it, I'm slowly killing myself. It keeps my mania at bay so I can sit still long enough to do this.
I mean, I think all of us have some type of vice that's slowly killing us, man.
Yeah, man.
All choose different ones. So the next bar. What's your favorite hip hop album ever?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Idea and Abilities, E&A Day. It came out in like 2003, but it was like super ahead of its time. And rest in peace, Idea. He used to win the Blaze battles back then. And to me, he was if he hadn't passed and if he had wanted to be famous, he would have been like the Eminem that we all were proud to have.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, Eminem got all right, I'm real quick, a great writer, okay? Amazing writer. But he got on with content that's not sustainable. Do y'all want to go back and listen to a 30-year-old album where a privileged, because regardless if he want to admit it or not, a privileged white boy is talking about killing his mom and his baby mom and shit? If I did a song talking about killing my ex-wife, niggas would want, that's committable. I could get in trouble and get locked up. No one, everybody like, man, Derek sound bitter. Derek sound like a broad. Something wrong with Derek. But this man made a whole career going, my mom mistreated me. My mom. Instead of appreciating the fact that his dad ran off like a punk and his mom did her best, which who knows what that was.
But at the same time, not to go on a tangent defending Eminem, but at the same time, he did and does what we expect white kids to do. Like the stuff he rapped about is the stuff that we heard about white kids doing. Me, myself, I didn't grow up around white kids, so I don't know.
See, I was surrounded by privileged white kids. So to me, that's what he sounded like as a kid that didn't appreciate what he had. No matter how rough things were, he sounded like he didn't appreciate nothing that he had.
But most kids sound like they don't appreciate anything they have. That's kids.
And then seeing, I already was working. By the time Eminem came out, I was paying bills. Yeah, really though, I just wanted to say shout out to Idea. Rest in peace, Idea.
That's what it was. Okay. That's funny.
Hopefully anybody that watches this goes and checks him out. Yeah, he succumbed to vices a few years ago. We all have our vices. So, but he's actually the person that like reshaped my live show. So that's why like
Okay.
I have a certain affinity for Homeboy.
Okay.
But I don't
So
know where we
favorite
were
album,
question wise.
favorite album ever.
Yeah, that's idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought about it trying to figure out how the hell we got down
ENA,
that
yeah,
rabbit hole.
ENA Day, because I just felt like it was different. It was
Oh
like
no, I'm definitely I'm gonna check that out. As soon as we get off, I'm gonna
yeah,
throw that in my
a song called Now that I feel like it could have come out right now.
Okay.
Like at any given time. Like, and it was ahead of it was so ahead of its time. I play it for people at parties now and they think that it's a new song.
Hmm.
And it's 20 years old,
Okay.
which is
Okay.
not easy. That's not an easy feat, you
Yeah,
know?
that's true. That's true. 16th and last bar um is a who, what, when, where, how situation. Who was Impulse?
Oh, who's Impulse?
Yeah.
uh the side of myself that gets away with saying things that would get me in trouble.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? I have the entire verses that are just me saying things rhythmically that I'm not allowed to say to people and without the cops getting called.
Okay. Okay.
And then or like just the stuff I don't particularly talk about, but again, you throw a little bit of character in there, and it's like rhythmically I can say whatever I want. So
Okay.
which I would do anyway, which that's the only time it doesn't get me in trouble.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. All right. What is your favorite album to date that you've released?
The by Love or by Force. I put
Okay.
that out in June, and that's the one where I literally like I have a chorus where I say, "This ain't the energy you want. I swear on everything I love, I'll show you sympathy for fun." Like those are the actual threats and shit I be saying to people. Like just said it last night. This guy bumped me on the walking down the street while I'm texting. I just looked up at him and he stopped walking for a second. I was like, "Yo, you don't want this. Not I don't want to do this. You don't want to do this." Like I was ready to do whatever you think, whatever you just crossed your mind. I got in the car and drove here with that. By the time you bump me, you're not ready to go where I'm prepared to go. Like so I did a whole record basically like I think it's what law number 6, I think it is. Law number 6 or law number 15. Yeah, but it's like, don't enter into combat with someone that you're not familiar with because you may not be prepared to go where they're prepared to go. And if you're not already, like, I'm already there. If you're not prepared to go, like Amerigo Vespucci, like we're about to go to uncharted land, just off rip. Or we can both just chill here and be cool. Like we can be cool, or we can be very fucking uncool. You
Okay.
know.
Okay. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
So that was
All
probably
right.
my favorite one because I recorded everything and it was released like a week later. So it was like the most compact set of feelings that came out as soon like the soonest.
Okay. I
I think
like that.
yeah.
I like that. I like that. All right. When you got something dropping new, or when was the latest project? You had something recently dropped, or you got something coming
Yeah,
out soon?
yeah. September 2nd, Astronaut Visions dropped. And I'm supposed to have another one dropping in November, but I've been slacking on getting the recording done. It again I haven't written in a while. I had like 2 songs to finish and I forgot.
Hmm.
So I just realized that my deadline's coming up or already passed to get the joint done. But yeah, it's supposed to have something dropping November 11th.
Okay. Okay.
So fingers crossed.
I hear that. I hear that. All right. Where? What is the gun you're usually wearing?
What gun am I usually wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now I got I'm still practicing with this holster, but I got the M&P 40, Smith and Wesson M&P 40. I just copped a couple new things. It fits one of my old holsters, so I just been playing with that. That's what I've been wearing the last couple of days. I'm deciding which one I like the most. So I got a Canic, I think it's a CK9
Mm.
that if I'm somewhere like with tight clothes, I got a Taurus G2C because it's subcompact or because it's compact. But my preferred carry is I got a Glock 21. It's a 45. When I'm not trying to hide my that's what I'm wearing. But also, like I said, this thing is legal in Virginia. Both of these things, I can walk down the street wearing these things because I'm in Virginia.
Yeah.
Especially with the magazine out, I can go. I can go fucking. I can't go to like the post office or the library or anywhere federal or owned by state or government. But yeah, I go to fucking 7-Eleven, walk in, get a pack of cigarettes with this thing just hanging off my fucking chest or hooked to my side. Just no big deal. I haven't done that because I don't want to end up being a goddamn meme. Somebody take or get the cops called or something stupid. But I will wear the 40 open, or like if I go somewhere, this is an open carry holster.
Okay.
So I'll just tuck my shirt in, but again, like I'm sure there's gonna be people that watch this that like. I'm hoping that this everything you do, I hope has a wide audience. First of all, right? But I'm assuming people are going to watch this that did not grow up in rural Northern Virginia. So let me just put that in it because the gun thing's come up several times before. People think that this is like this is like OTF 300 like gun point at the camera shit. Totally different.
But yeah, the last stanza of this last bar is how. How can people get in touch with you and or follow you and support what you got going on?
Yeah, man. EMPULS. That's the handle on like everything. It just I always tell people just like type that in. You're gonna either see this E or like my face or something music related, but it ain't hard to find. But it's Empuls everywhere. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I got shows in like the DMV area. I do all my own booking, so I got a bunch of shows going down. I got music on Bandcamp all over the place. I'm not on too many streaming sites, so I want to say that because I get almost no bread from that, and I don't even know who the fuck is listening to me. So if you go to Bandcamp and you leave a comment, I can interact with you. It's like quality control and all that. Like people can be, I like this song. I like it when you did this. So then I know how to improve. If it's on YouTube, Bandcamp, or whatever, like you can interact with me. I'm not on very much on any of the streaming joints because, like I said, I don't get any bread from those. And that's back to I blame the streaming sites to double back.
Great answer.
Now that people don't have to actually physically go buy shit and they don't even have to look you up, they can just put random and it plays all day. That means none of us mean a goddamn thing. The person that can put random or just play any fucking playlist, they just needed sound. Yeah. They needed vibrations going through there. Those people don't count. So if I insulted any of y'all that need a dick because you actually don't care. The people that care know that I'm not talking about them. The people that don't care, go hit random on another fucking playlist. Go listen to fucking Maroon 5 and then listen to fucking Michael Jackson 5 seconds later and think it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, here's Mariah Carey. Hey, look, it must be an M playlist. Who's next? Motley fucking Crue. Okay. Yeah, get out of here. You're a loser. You're part of the machine and you don't even know it. You're in the Matrix. You're one of the body pods. They're extracting from you right now, man. Get out of here. Go live your life. Go do a push-up or something, man. Go listen to my music and then feel like a man for once. And go do some push-ups. Take your fucking Crocs off.
I hear that. Yeah.
You got Crocs and sandals and you don't even play basketball. Get out of here. But you know what? It's always a pleasure, bro.
We definitely go in the verse like that, man. I definitely appreciate you coming through.
Had a range morning this morning, so
okay.
I literally was putting everything away. But I had to make sure my waist wasn't naked, so I had to put everything away real quick.
I hear you. Shit, we can jump right into it. That's cool with you.
What's up?
So we could jump right into it if that's cool with you.
Yeah, let me put this last one away real quick. And like I said, we just hanging out in my front yard. You know what I mean? Just blicked up. Yeah, let me go put this gun away before it hops up and shoots somebody, because guns kill people, not people, apparently, right?
That's what they say, right?
Oh wait, it's a music video. Yo, it's a music video, bro.
So like that's what everybody's expecting me to do, which like make fun and just say a whole bunch of wild shit, right? But what they don't know is I know this man in real life. So I even tried to fake Angle in the second round, and he cut me off. I tried to pretend like he's a deadbeat dad because I was like, everybody watching this won't know. As long as he doesn't say anything, I'm gonna go with it.
I couldn't.
The crowd doesn't happen either. The crowd doesn't happen either.
No, so I was like, I think I said, this nigga don't even see his kids or something like that, right? And he goes, what the fuck?
And the crowd were quiet.
And he's like, they live with me. And I died right there. I was like, what? So I'm a freestyle. And I was like, now I'm freestyling. I literally had like 8 more bars. That if I had just got them, now mind you, I know this is a bigger line than anybody there. Right? But if I could just get these bars off, it's gonna be great footage.
Bars, you know what I mean?
Yo, honestly though, I got maybe like a 7-minute Eminem tangent I'm gonna put out by itself, and then I got this 20-minute gun education that I'm gonna put out by itself, and then the writer verse. You just gave me three.
Yo, I was gonna say, and my favorite thing about the Eminem thing, that's why I would slide in there how I think he's talented. I always like to throw that in there because people. Here's the issue, and I don't know. You might even